So, the honest truth about my experience in trucking, I've been in it for 2 months solo, 3 months including a trainer. I drove dump trucks prior to this, so I have experience with that. I would say probably about 3 months. Um, I'm gonna start off with the good stuff. It's fun. You get to see the world, and if you're more of an introverted, chill, laid back person, this might be an ideal job for you because you don't have nobody looking over your back or looking over your shoulder telling you what to do. You don't have any coworkers necessarily. The most you got to deal with is your driver manager and shippers and receivers, and those conversations are short, straight to the point, business. So if you're a laid back guy like myself, it might be a perfect opportunity for you. Um, that's one of the pros. Seeing the country, it allows you to grow. You know what I'm saying? Your horizons expand. Um, the more you see, the more people you meet, the more new situations you're in. This job definitely puts a lot of responsibility on you. So your discipline is tested, your responsibility, your resilience is tested. And if you got thick enough skin, you could get through it. And it's not for everybody, and it's not a bad thing if it's not for you. If you don't want to do it, you want to do something that's not trucking, because it takes a lot of consistency and discipline and mental toughness, and it takes a lot of resilience to get through it. But it gets easier over time. Your body adjusts to it, your mind adjusts to it. But I just see it positively. It's just allowing me to grow. It's allowing me to be a young man, and it's a nice little light at the tunnel. I get the opportunity to make more money if I keep getting my experience and becoming more valuable to a company. Um, so I don't think it'd be a bad idea from that standpoint. If you don't have any skills, if you're young, you didn't go to college, and you're probably working in a restaurant or whatever the heck, probably a low-paying job that you don't really like, I would say save up. That's what I did. I'm gonna speak from my experience. At my last job, I was able to work a bunch of overtime, go to a trucking school, and get my CDLA. I did it part-time. So whenever I was available, basically on the weekends after work, I would go train for about 2 hours, 3 hours, learning these maneuvers, learning how to move a truck. And I don't regret it. I don't regret it. There are times where I feel like maybe I should do something else, maybe I should stay at my last job, but those times passed, bro. Like trucking, like life, it's a lot of up and downs, and you just gotta have some stick to itness and just learn how to get through it. Like that's one of the positives of trucking. It teaches you patience, and it teaches you how to be resilient, like really resilient, like your real life resilient. It teaches you how to be careful, responsible, because you're hauling these big heavy loads. You're driving a truck. It's dangerous. Like a lot can go wrong if you're not careful. Doing your pre-trip is important. Checking your trailer is important. Knowing the weather is important. The wind conditions, what you're hauling, how your truck reacts to wind, how your truck reacts to sleet, ice, rain. Knowing what to do in different situations, how to deal with different drivers, knowing different roads, how to drive on different roads, when to go 5 below, 10 below the speed limit, just so you can maneuver safely, bro. It's all about safety, bro, because think about trucking, bro. When something goes wrong, it can really go wrong. You know what I mean? You don't want to lose your license, lose your job, or lose your freedom. It's the real deal out here. And that's what I like about it. It puts you to the test every day. Every day. It just allows you to be more than what you thought you was. And you see them putting a 48,000 steel beam, and you never seen it before in your life. You're like, how am I gonna drive this, maneuver this through these roads? But you get through it, bro. It affects your brain chemistry somehow. You build some type of trust with yourself, like, oh, I can really do hard things. Like going to the gym is hard, but it's like a controlled chaos. This more, it's a lot. It's outside of your control, and that's what I like about this job. Some of the cons to be honest, I would say is the unpredictability of the job. Like now, I didn't expect to be in a hotel today, but I got some downtime, some freedom to make some videos, so that's cool. Um, Cons, if you got family and friends at home, you're not going to be able to spend much time with them. If you got some obligations at home, you can kind of kiss that goodbye because you're going to be on the road. You're going to be on the road. It's an adjustment. And you do get homesick. You want some food from home. You want to see your family, your friends. You can't just go out after work and do some of your hobbies now, unless it's conducive to a truck. Excuse me. So yeah, that's definitely taking a hit. I've missed some dates with some pretty women because of trucking right off the bat, right in training. I was booking a date with a girl on a Sunday, and they said you got to be on the road 3 weeks with a trainer, and I had to bite that, bro. I might meet that girl again, but that was my chance, and I missed it. But you know, life goes on. You get to meet other women. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. Odds are it probably wasn't going to work out anyway. But you know, it takes a hit on your personal life, your hobbies, you know, because you're working. There's days where you're gonna work 10, 12 hours. Just last week, I worked a full 14-hour clock. I had like 20 minutes left. You know, 14 hours is getting to it. You know, my stamina is up to it at this point. I was tired afterwards, but I wasn't like your body adjusts to the conditions out here for sure. So yeah, those are some of the cons. I would say long hours, your personal life takes a hit. If you got a family, friends, wife, kids, that could definitely take a hit. You definitely want to work on your communication with that. Unfortunately for me, I don't have that. I'm young. Like the world is my oyster at this point, and so I don't have to worry about that. I do have some obligations back at home, and missing out on that kind of sucks. Yeah, so some aspects of trucking do suck. Sometimes being at a shipper, they take a little long time to load you. That sucks. Your truck break down. That's one of the cons. But I just, if it's better than your last situation, then it's a win. But if you can find something different to you to do that's better for you, go for it. You know, get another trade, get another skill set. You'll be alright, man. But one thing I know, you're gonna be alright. It's adversity, but life is adversity. I'm trying to think of some other cons. Some other cons. If you're healthy like me, you can't eat all the food you want. So you gotta, I would say meal prepping is just something I really did before. Like meal prepping for a week. So I would say just learning new things on the fly is kind of con, but not really. I would say just adjusting. But I'm just new, so I'm just adjusting. Um, I would think sleeping in the truck is cool. I wouldn't say it's a con, but it's not the most ideal situation. You can make it as comfortable as you want. You know, get some nice thick blankets, a mat to put over your mattress, or a cushion to put over your mattress, some nice sheets. That could be a con. I could say, actually the truck stops, showers are really clean, bro. They're like hotel showers, like a nice 4 or 3 star hotel, really clean. So that was a pleasant surprise. It does take a toll, like I said before, your social life, dating. It makes you prioritize other parts of your social life. Like you're not gonna be able to do activities, so you got to get on the phone, make the phone calls, and really talk to people, really get to know people. So that's like a pro and a con. It's making you connect with people on a different level, other than activities or meeting up, linking up, or whatever the heck. Yeah, so those are the pros and cons I could think of starting out. Those are the pros and cons I could think of starting out. Um, but yeah, starting out, you know, you might can get lucky. I live on the Eastern Seaboard, so I think it's probably not the most ideal place, but it might just be the company I'm with. So I'm not making a killing. It's more than what I made at my last job. like on a consistent, not including overtime. So I do see that as a win. But I think the best is yet to come. This is just my honest, truthful experience. Um, yeah, man. And I think another con is like a lot of the stuff that you learn out here on the road, you don't learn in trucking school. So in trucking school, you're really hammering in on maneuvers. And if you did manual shifting, spend a lot of time on shifting, but there's a lot of stuff out here that you learn about trucking that you really don't understand until you get out here. So that's why I say you gotta be careful when you get out here on this road. Very careful and just very focused on what you're doing and just understanding what's going on. Like I would say, just try to develop some type of hyper awareness of your truck, how your truck is reacting to the roads and all that stuff. Because a lot of stuff they don't teach you. You're gonna be fine out here if you're careful. I promise you that. Excuse me. Yeah, but I just think trucking enhances more of who you are. So if you're healthy, disciplined, focused, resilient, going into trucking, you'll be fine. If you don't mind some hard work, you're gonna be fine. And if you're not, then it's gonna break you. It's a tough job. It's mentally tough. But like I said, I think a lot of things in life, bro, it's kind of like pick your poison. Pick the lesser of two evils. And I just think this was the best situation for me. It has the most upside. So I went ahead and I went for it. So if you think about going for trucking, do your due diligence. Find a good company to work for. Figure out what works for you. Do not go to a dumpster fire company. If they have a bunch of bad reviews, depending on your situation, if you can't get hired nowhere else, I would say go to the company to get started. But I would say don't be going to these trash companies, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Do your due diligence. Figure out what branch of trucker you want to get into. Flatbed is different than dry reefer. It's different than car hauling. All these different trucking branches require different skill sets, different mind frames. Because dry reefer or dry vans or food service, dry reefer, dry vans, I believe you're driving 8 hours a day maybe. Whereas flatbed, you spend a lot of time, maybe like an hour, hour and a half securing a load or unloading the load, and you're probably driving for 4, 5, 6 hours. So it's a little different. All of them are a little different. And if you want to think deep into it, if you want to build something greater than a career, maybe own a truck or do something like that, I think it's worthwhile to really research the different branches and figure out which one is conducive for you. Maybe before you get into it, before you get hands-on experience, if you figure out what's more comfortable for you, I think that's important. Because flatbed trucking, what I do, is not for everybody. It's kind of tough on the body. It's a little nerve-wracking, but they teach you well, bro. These companies train you well because you got to strap down these 45,000 pound loads on the back of a flatbed. You got to be careful. Got to know what you're doing. You got to do stuff like tarp, hop on top of the load, throw a tarp. That takes like another hour on top of securing, which takes like an hour. So securing a load might take 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending how fast you are. Because I know I got trained up. My trainer he was pretty quick with it. He was in it for 2 years. And I was trying to keep up with him, but I was learning. So you can get pretty fast with it. I've seen people secure loads that took me, 40 minutes to an hour. They doing it like 20, 30 minutes. They out of the lot. I'm like, ooh, so it's possible. People tarping and folding the tarps in like 2 minutes. It takes me like 6, 8 minutes. So it gets better over time. Don't put no pressure on yourself. I think the biggest thing is the relationship with yourself. Cut yourself some slack. Have some fun out there. It's a lot to enjoy in trucking, but it's also a lot of responsibility. So, go out there, have fun, be careful, learn from your mistakes. Understand that it's tough, but understand that life's tough, and just get stronger, get better, and try it, man. Life is meant to be lived.